match my brand new Jeep. Tell me who got the keys, tell me who got the keys. My young shooter nigga got a brand new stain, brand new Mustang. Audemars, please match my chain. RSVP, yeah, that's my gang. VVS dreams, just to show that we made it, yeah. Brand new bitch, same color as a watch, brand new whip. Same color as the Glock, brand new shit. Like gun, that shit is hot, brand new lick. Might run up in your spot, I'm from east side. I'ma put it on my back. Use a rat-tat-tat-tat. Yeah, that is a fact. Get your ass clap. Brand new bitch, same color as a watch, brand new whip. Same color as a Glock, brand new shit. Like gun, that shit is hot, brand new lick. Might run up in your spot, I'm from east side. I'ma put it on my back.
I'm from east side, I'ma put it on my back. I am from east side, and I do put that on my back along with the whole Camden. This is another episode of the Devinwade Show. I am your host, Devinwade, a.k.a. Dangerous DevNasty, a.k.a. Choke Your Mom Out, a.k.a. Choke Your Pop Out. And to the right of me, I'm going to get right into it, is Garnett Briscoe, professional mocker, Mocky Balboa, mock sucker.
Mock sucker is wild.
Take the M out, switch it with a C. Can you stop? I hate this nigga. I hate him.
That's what I do, man. What's going on?
No,
I feel great. I feel wonderful.
No, he feels great and feel wonderful because he thinks that he go. He swears that he go with Sin Santana
this is
now.
What we doing?
Yeah,
That's not why I feel wonderful.
Thinks he's in a relationship with Sin Santana now.
I might be a little bit, at least on the gram.
Yeah,
I might be on the gram.
You wore your Sunday's best. You was frame dash. You had your frames on.
I tried to stay up all night just to say that I woke up.
And she said she acknowledged your outfit. She said,
yeah,
hey.
she did that. She said I put a smile on her face, man. I'm almost there.
Yeah. She even liked the effort you put into your outfit. She said I like the effort you put in. That says a lot.
Listen.
That was cool and all, but I'm closer to it. I'm a low budget Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? So I would have had a better chance. Crazy. No disrespect, babe. I just want to shit on girls.
Low button.
That's what it is.
Low button.
Low button is back.
But yeah, that is Garnett Briscoe. And across the table we have the Thurman Street Pumper himself.
What up?
Porter Rich, and he didn't do his call, his gun call.
I left it at home.
Oh, he left it at the crib.
Man.
We chilling.
He came on his.
We keeping the peace tonight. I'm positive Porter tonight, man. We chilling.
Okay,
positive Porter.
Positive Porter.
Yeah,
and positively, one thing's for sure, two things for certain. I am positively sure that this woman that we're going to mention now has some problems. She can't stop being freaky than a motherfucker, man.
Big issue.
Listen. Wally Water Kingdom has been out of pocket for the last couple months.
I'm so happy I got to the chat late today.
Yeah,
so happy.
Normally you're on top of it.
Listen,
I was not on top of that.
You wasn't on top of that one.
Listen, you
would have had to sit on it, not be on
it was
come on, man.
It was super disrespectful, first of all, and it ruined like the first part of my day and my morning.
I was brightening people's day. I just thought we can start off with an awesome, hilarious laugh.
No, listen, people. She sent the chat. She sends a link in, right? It's a link in the chat. She sends a link. She's saying that it's about vaccines. Like, yo, the vaccines got people going crazy. They not good. That's what it said, like some shit like that in the link. And it's like a real link. So I'm like, first of all, I already seen like a couple vaccine video clips, like of shit going sideways. People jumping on walls, crawling, itching, scratching. And I'm like, Wally, I've already seen a lot. I'm not taking it. You know,
I was like,
it's cool.
You ain't see this one.
Yeah, because I wasn't going to click on it. So she continues to gas it like, no, you got to see this one. It's crazy. So immediately I'm like, fuck it, that's my dog. She's trying to put me on. We got podcasting to do. I click on the link. The link turns out to be a fucking sausage link. Early in the morning. Now listen, early in the morning. God, that's what you said.
It was
like
like
for breakfast, my nigga. Like a whole, it was that whole
foul.
big meme that Dev talked about before, that people sent out before. The guy on the edge of the bed with his whole motherfucking joint out.
Yeah, and this dude has become notorious because, like, I got into the chat late, luckily, as well. And I saw the going back and forth. And I said, this discussion has to be about Meat Man, the boy that
That's
sits at
crazy.
the edge of the joint, because he became so popular that people started putting up memes of just his face.
Yeah.
Like nothing else. It just be a headshot of him and be like, if you know who this is.
I honestly don't, but I don't know who that is for sure.
Like, so when they show his face, I see memes now of just his face, and it says, if you know this face, your friends ain't
When
shit.
when I first seen the shit, I thought it was like that comedian nigga, the big one. What's his name? Big brown skin boy, kind of funny. Love. What's his? He just had something. He just
Faison Love?
Yeah. I think that's his name, if I ain't mistaken.
Yeah,
From
but
Friday,
this-
Big Worm.
That's who I thought they were
The
saying it
picture
was.
is a violation.
Nah, it definitely was a violation. So how that all started was my coworker. I'm at work this morning, and my coworker sends me this message. So I'm looking at it, and before he sent me something like this before, so I didn't really put two and two together. So I clicked on it, and I started busting out laughing. And the first thing that came to my head was like, "Let me put it in the chat." I was like, "Yo, I wish I would have just gave it to y'all now so y'all can all look at it at the same time." That shit would have been hilarious. But the crazy thing is, I was just telling Richie, I sent it to my mom. So my mom didn't click the link. So my mom sends it to my stepdad.
And a bunch of other people.
And a bunch of other people. So she sends it to my stepdad. So she calls me. And she calls me.
She's crying right now,
She
y'all.
was like, Wally. She was like...
She's like, her eyes are watery
She was
right
like,
now.
"Did you mean to send that to me?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she was like, "Well, I didn't click on it, and I sent it to Jerry, which is my stepdad." And Jerry was like, "Did you click on that?" And she was like, "No." She was like, "It was just vaccine stuff, so I just figured I'd share it with you." So he was like, "Click on it." So my mom clicked on it. My mom was legit in tears. She sent it to my grandmom already.
Yeah.
She sent it to a few people. It was just a lot today, and it was hilarious.
That's
Like,
how that
listen,
meme spreads so much, is that we find out that people don't actually read anything. They pretend they read stuff and just share it with people randomly. And
Absolutely.
next thing you know, you send it to grandmom and your
So-
pastor.
Sir, right?
Yeah, you
This-
sent it to Pastor Mike. And you know what I'm
It's
saying?
safe to say that this morning Wally gave sausage links a whole new definition by
Right.
sending out
She wilded out
breakfast
today.
to everybody.
They got pork sausages this morning.
Terrible.
Fuck my whole morning up, man.
Terrible.
Yeah, it was
terrible,
hilarious.
Terrible.
You've been mad disgusting lately, man.
Yeah.
Nah, that was funny though. Y'all,
Was you saying that that's what happens if you take the vaccine? You end up like Bull.
hey,
You know what I'm saying?
that'd be a crazy look.
No. But on a real note, like it has been a lot of wild vaccine shit. I don't know if y'all have seen it. Like,
I've seen some, and it's so crazy that
did you see the
I don't
nurse
even
pass
know.
out?
Yeah, so I don't know what to believe when I see some of this shit.
I
Man.
know, me too. I feel the same.
Because obviously we know that I've seen all kind of stuff, and some stuff people said from vaccines period.
Yeah.
Where it's like a lady that could only walk backwards afterwards, people that, like crazy shit. Wild shit. People
Right.
that can't speak anymore, like all kind of shit. But the reaction being so fast,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know enough. So people in the comments, you could let me know if I'm just ignorant, but just seeing it happen so rapidly, like you got the needle and then instantly
These things are occurring.
she started just getting dizzy
Well,
with it. You know what I'm saying?
To me, it's like, I look at it from this standpoint. That's why I can't give it all of my effort. She's probably one of the first people in that hospital to take it. So I can imagine all of the pressure or the nerves. It's she knows it's cameras around, and she might have just fainted off of just plain anxiety. I know in one of the articles that we read, that's what one of the girls kind of attributed to. So I don't know, but that's
We know the
I kinda
ones.
look at it
I
like
mean,
that.
you know the ones that's super made up. Like we seen, of course, it's joints with motherfuckers crawling on the ceiling. It's crazy. It's
I
pretty
mean, they
hilarious.
are wild.
No,
Them
it's pretty.
shits
It's
fuck
pretty.
around be the real ones.
They hilarious though. The one I seen, it was like an old lady. She turned into fucking Spider-Man. This shit was crazy. But yeah, like some of them, because it was one I seen earlier. Then it was they were saying that the dude didn't even get injected with nothing.
Now,
Did you see that one?
I saw, and he definitely didn't. He definitely
it didn't look like there was nothing in there, and the guy did. He kind of hit something, but it didn't
He
even
didn't press.
move.
He never pressed the actual thing in. His thumb glided across the front of it, and then did the fake pullback on
Yeah.
the joint. But nah, bro, he didn't. He didn't do that, and I don't think you have to. You don't pull back anyway. It's not like he's drawing blood. You pump it in, you take it out. Like
my thing is this. So that wasn't even on like some like regular camera stuff. That looked like that was on like TV.
No,
right?
facts. Yeah.
So it's like, why are y'all like? Why is this on TV that a nigga is getting? You get what I'm saying?
So the reason why you don't know what to believe is like, if it was all like that, they could have pumped anything into it, just put some water in it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then you would have been cool.
Why
so it's like,
this
what
big stage?
Hold on, what is you laughing about?
You know what's sad? that when you say, like, we don't know what to believe, like, people don't know what to believe. And I think about us in, like, the hood, like, the ghetto community. And then I seen this video earlier. I seen another video of a lady going to the store. And you know they taking thermometers, they taking everybody's temperature. No, they taking everybody's temperature everywhere. It's a lady in the bodega. She think the nigga taking her temperature. He keep putting the $1.99 price tag.
So this dude has a regular old school like sticker.
It's a markdown sticker.
The markdown sticker gun, and this lady is in there, and she thinks that it's a thermometer type joint. So he's putting it on her forehead and
like,
marking her on the forehead, and then
click.
coming back like, "Oh, your shit at 103."
She like that.
She's like, "For real? Nah, check me again." And then he leave another one on her forehead.
She got all these price tags on her
don't ever
forehead.
do that to my grandma, nigga.
Hey, yo,
ever.
listen, but that right there, like, we say that joking, so we go, and it's cool, everybody get a little laugh. But just on the serious side of it, like, we got to get, like, hip to some shit, man. That's why they able to, like, if it is some evil people out here that got some wicked vaccine that they trying to slip us with, like, we need to get a little bit less high, less whatever the fuck we doing to be tweaking, man. We be
Garnett's against that right now.
Well, the fact that they making us they're putting making people take
y'all don't
breaks.
believe me at all.
What?
I really ain't smoked.
All right. So you just high off since Santana?
No, are y'all looking at my eyes?
No,
Well,
he
I
forgot.
know he
Oh,
was- I
he
know
don't
he
got
was-
his contacts in.
I have my contact. I
He
don't have my
def-
glasses, so it was like
okay.
that interrupted.
He definitely
with
got
the-
high that night. He might not be high now, but he got high that night. 'Cause
To calm his nerves.
I seen him that day. That boy was definitely like, yeah, it happened. It's going down.
Why y'all doing this to me? You don't even know what we talking about
Okay,
right now.
my bad. Garnett
What's-
Briscoe,
what's-
Sin
what's
Santana.
up?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all check out. Make sure y'all go watch Mina Say What podcast, even though she don't fuck with me. Let's move on to the next
That's
subject.
my people,
Don't
man.
do
Shout
that,
to Mina, though. That's my baby.
Nah, Mina's
Mina
dope.
the homie, man.
Shout out
Don't
to
do
her.
that to her, man. Don't do that to her, Dad.
Oh, no,
Continue.
listen. All I'm saying is, listen, be careful. We don't know what's going on with vaccines as of right now coming from the Devinwade Show. Y'all know we don't like to give y'all, like, no goofy information. We don't like to speak off the hip. We try to get information before we give y'all shit and say that they facts.
But be
Especially-
mindful, though.
Be mindful.
When do we
No, we all tell y'all
ever,
to be
but no,
mindful.
be mindful. When did any vaccine had to be televised? Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, they really definitely advertising that, John, like
that
one
was wild.
step,
And
one
why- and
small
why-
step for man.
And again, 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 like a
Hey.
song. Hey, why are they not promoting, like, you know, strengthening up the immune system? Why are we not, like, why nobody talking about that? Because that's important too. Why are we only talking about all this, like, weird shit, this chemical
because
shit?
people
Like,
want to sell a vaccine.
Because
dog.
the pharmaceutical companies want the bread.
we don't even know what's
Pfizer
in
trying
it.
to get that bankroll.
That's
They
a
getting it
super
because
fun-
now I think somebody put in the chat a couple days ago. Didn't they shut down like some of the urgent cares to send workers over to the hospital?
Oh shit, I ain't know.
Nobody
about
got
Probably,
that.
probably
you
so.
gotta
No,
look
I know they was.
I
Like,
knew I was ahead of my time, man.
Look at
I knew
you.
it. That's right. That
I know
happened.
they was doing shit like that, sending like mad hospital workers to like other places that needed it. And,
But
like,
COVID is very
shit.
serious. Even, I mean, celebrities are taking it to a whole nother level. Look at Tom Cruise when he was on set on Mission Impossible. What? Which one was this one?
Is she getting better at this?
Yeah,
He's amazing.
I'm telling you,
Shit.
Seggy
is
Bundy,
amazing.
nigga.
Wow.
That's Seggy Bundy right there, nigga.
She
got
is
it.
That was
amazing.
like real
It's
smooth.
Seggy Sue.
Oh my
Man.
Go ahead, continue.
I like that segue. But yeah, Tom Cruise. Now this is another thing. We're talking about Tom Cruise. So Tom Cruise on set of Mission Impossible 58.
95.
For real?
Yeah, whatever.
I can't even keep track at
yeah,
this point.
it's a bunch of
No,
them.
it's the
Hold on,
grade
hold on.
7. It was the
Okay.
grade 7.
Oh, seven's
My
my
favorite-
life path number. That's a good
No,
number.
you can't have that number.
Yes,
That's
I can.
my
Back the
number.
fuck up.
That's the
my
God
life
number. Listen,
Yes,
that's God
and
number.
I am the godchild.
Okay, my bad.
Don't take that from me.
Okay.
Y'all better not take that from
Proceed.
So on the set of Mission Impossible 7, Tom Cruise, a recording is now leaked of him spazzing out on the crew and people on the staff due to them not following COVID protocol.
Going crazy.
He was going crazy. Nothing he said wasn't correct. He went at length with it about how important this was and the fact that they are even able to create fucking movies while people are out here losing their jobs and all this type of shit.
Not be able to
if
pay their
motherfuckers ain't
bills.
taking this serious, you will be fired immediately. He basically was like, I won't fucking say it again. He went on a tirade.
Absolutely.
No. Listen. The rant's so crazy. The rant was so crazy. He made me want to like wear my mask more. No, real shit. I felt like I was being like disciplined and chastised as well. And the reason I say that is because
chastised.
Yeah, and the reason why I say that is because like I've had an issue with like the mask. I've had an issue with the mask since the beginning, right? And I really had to kind of like rethink things. That's why I'm saying I really like feel Tom Cruise and understand him, because I had to rethink things, because I thought, you hear me speaking about strengthening the immune system, right? So, and I believe in that. I believe in it, and I still promote that to everybody, but wear the mask as well. Reason being is because I used to think at first like, nah, I'm strengthening myself. I'm good. I don't believe in this whatever fucking, I believe in it that they done made some fucking virus that's out here fucking with the compromised people and people that it could get a hold of and fuck up. But I know how to take care of myself, so it ain't really like gonna fuck with me, and I don't really need the mask like that. And I was wrong, because it's other people out here, older people, and the people who we are talking about that have like compromised immune system. They going through shit. They got asthma. They got whatever they may have. Like, it's important for us to wear our masks for them, because I can be somebody who, like I said, immune system is to the ceiling. Thank God is strong for whatever reason, and I can be somebody who can probably catch that shit
Hold on. How do you know your immune system's that strong?
I just
How
feel
do
like
you know?
We was around Devinwade. We ain't catch that shit.
I just feel like
Yo, what the
listen,
We're
fuck?
gonna put this to the test, man.
No.
What the fuck?
we was put to the
I don't
test.
know how
I
to put
don't-
somebody's immune system to the test.
I don't really know, but I'm just going off of like the last couple months since like COVID started. Like I kind of like experienced light shit in the beginning, but it was super light. And I think God is good. God is always like, just directed me in the right way with nutrition and trying to keep myself together.
Dev having COVID like test your immune system.
Absolutely. Dev tested all of us. We all good. Yours is strong.
Yeah, mine's is strong
You
too.
didn't get sick.
Just wanna put
Listen,
that out there.
I wasn't really.
Listen, I think we was all around each other with COVID.
I
to be
picked
honest.
Devinwade up.
Remember, we started in the fire of COVID. We took risks. We put our life on the line.
Nah, we did.
To like for the
y'all,
Devinwade Show and the people.
Tom
No,
Cruise
for
would
real.
have cursed us out.
Yeah, Tom Cruise would have cut. Now, and this is the thing. Tom Cruise wouldn't have cussed me the fuck out. Because, number one, Tom Cruise. The other thing about Tom Cruise is, I do. He had all valid points. Everything he said in there. You know what I mean? But I also know that he is an actor, and not only is he an actor, that motherfucker is a what can we say? Psychopath. He's a psychopath. The nigga's wild as hell. He's had other rants like that about other things, like motherfucking psychology not being like a real thing. Like he's
the Scientology thing,
No,
yeah.
yeah, but like how they feel about psychology.
Oh, right,
and shit like that. And also, he believes in e-meters and all other types of shit. Things that was written, fictitious things from L. Ron Hubbard. So this motherfucker is different.
Yeah.
Anybody that hasn't watched on HBO, it is a documentary called Going Clear. Go watch that shit. It's about Scientology. It's wild, it's wacky, but Tom
Pretty
Cruise,
dope, too.
yeah, but Tom Cruise, definitely had super valid points. And he just spazzed out in regular Tom Cruise fashion.
Do you think he's like, well, granted, we know he goes off in rants and stuff, but do you think, during these times, being locked down and all that, I feel like people be low key going crazy. Like, especially because his delivery was like, and I get it, but when you're in those situations and you're already paranoid about it, and now you're around people that are not taking it serious, and he just like,
it's like this. This is the thing that when people deliver certain stuff certain ways, it's just like being about to fight somebody or something like that. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I can tell you straight out, like, listen, bro, if you say one more thing, my nigga, I'm going to punch you in your face. I don't have to say it like, if you say one more thing, I'm going to punch you in the face. I don't have to do that. So in the same way, if he stood up there and he said, listen, I'm going to let you know just like this. Let me see you with your mask off. I guarantee you won't work here tomorrow. It would have been that simple.
Right.
So when you go into that extra thing, I believe in a sense, it could have been performance based. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In a sense, because he the top boss. Like
that's all it was, though. Is some people don't know how to receive that energy. It's a different energy. Like everybody, listen, everybody operate a different way. You got coaches, they love coaches that operate like that.
Yeah.
They love coaches that coach their
Great
kids
point.
like that yell in the locker room and
Now,
don't play no fucking games.
I think it's a difference when you're trying to excite a person like, go out there and win this.
But they get disciplined like that too.
Yeah.
They get disciplined like that too.
I
Y'all there fucking up.
Yeah,
Y'all they're not listening.
I can understand that. I think in a sense of a job and people not following protocol, I think especially when you're dealing with like children a lot of times with that, but I know that the NFL players and and people like that, but when you're dealing with people that at the end of the day, this staff of people don't mean malice. They're doing something irresponsible.
Exactly.
And you can definitely convey the message in a way that don't get you punched in your shit. Because if I'm about to lose my job, I'll chip Tom Cruise fucking teeth.
Man,
you know what I'm
listen.
saying? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, I just think that when you hear the rant, most likely if you think about what or was there several warnings that made him, because that's different. Because if he kept saying other things like, hey, I told y'all, put the mask on. Hey, I told you this, that make a motherfucker go off, because it's just like it was like a month ago or something. It was the dude had a restaurant in Atlanta. And you saw the girl was twerking.
Yes.
And he went crazy.
He went off.
Yeah,
he went crazy. So when I watched that, my thought process on that was the same thing. It was like, honestly, I could have anybody removed from my restaurant. You know what I mean? I could have them just removed, boom. Or I could tell everybody, hey, we don't put up with nothing like that. But once he started like cussing and stuff like that, it's like, that's not something you want in your restaurant. So
he got emotional.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
but it's just like, but it's also
he got a little unprofessional himself.
I believe from the video that we watched, they said he did speak on it a couple times before.
I think this was another rant.
Oh, okay.
The other one was yelling. So that was the first one. So I just don't know if he had one prior to that, and maybe he did. And with the restaurant guy, I just looked at it like, yeah, if you're playing certain music, you know that people are going to react a certain way.
Right.
So so they're definitely in the wrong, but how I conduct myself after that point is now on me.
Hold on. So he got mad that I guess the guest was twerking.
Yeah.
So
and it was inappropriate for sure.
Man, but
Well,
listen,
you know,
I
people
actually want
take
to
it to
challenge women, yo. Like,
I mean, it was shit to that shit
if
too.
they heard for the
story.
99 and the 2000, I
Rare,
think it's
though.
really, really hard for a woman not to twerk when they hear that.
I mean,
but
it
I'm not getting.
wasn't.
I'm not getting. If it's like a 5-star restaurant and like, I'm not gonna get up on the table and be shaking I might do a little pump on the chair.
As if a 5-star restaurant, the owner ain't gonna come out there and yell fuck.
Absolutely not.
Not only that,
It's all about how you conduct yourself, too.
But how many 5-star restaurants got live DJs in them playing Megan Thee Stallion?
No, not for nothing in Miami. Don't get it fucked up.
But we talk about Miami.
Well,
we just talking about the Bulls.
We
The
talking about
Bull
Atlanta,
acted
right?
like he had, some real exquisite prestige.
Like niggas got suits on, you just
like this shit was
understand this
Del
is-
Frisco's. This shit was Ocean Prime. You hear classical shit coming out the speakers type shit.
Yeah.
You had a live DJ. Don't get me wrong.
He had a vibe and liquor.
I'm not saying
it's a
that.
vibe.
I'm not saying that he was wrong, because he did give prior warnings that was like humble warnings. He told him cool in the first couple times, I believe, to my knowledge, that's what they said. And then he eventually like went crazy. But the flip side to that, and a lot of people commented and said this. I respect the people. I respect their opinions, and there was a lot of truth to it. You got a live DJ in there playing Megan Thee Stallion, Lil Durk, Lil Baby.
It's very hard not to dance to those songs,
You thinking the sisters ain't gonna motherfucking get in there and that shit ain't gonna jump when it's body yaddy 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 yaddy. The fuck you think gonna happen?
Yeah, but I just feel like as
You gotta pick.
It's just
You gotta be
yeah,
careful.
but like I can't have a nice restaurant and we playing like really good music and it's not a club, it's a restaurant. We don't gotta be like sit because I don't know. Was she standing on the table? What was she doing?
No. She was basically like on her knees twerking on the seat. And the thing is, I feel Bull. He could express how he wanted to conduct it.
Right.
We're going into this topic, yo, just because of how it related to Tom Cruise.
Right.
Possibly grandstanding, like, this is his moment. Let everybody in here know this is my restaurant.
Yeah.
And I'm about to go in. There's cameras. You can see a motherfucker got a camera filming you. So when you start talking a certain way and now you're embarrassing patrons, you know what I mean? Because they weren't embarrassed by what they were doing.
Yeah.
They thought they was in
cool.
the place to do whatever they did. You could easily remove people and be like, yo, I'm just letting everybody know this ain't the spot for that. You'll be removed without me feeling like, hold on, I got the floor. They listening to my speech. You know what? Now I'm gonna start cussing because it ramped up as it went with no arguing back. It was like the longer he got to talk, the more he got to.
The more angry he got.
Yeah, I get to like. Come on, my nigga. I don't think if you want to do that with everybody, sometimes that motherfucker that twerk, the boyfriend that's with her, when you talking too much,
might be a cold killer.
This could turn into something different.
That was another thing that people were saying. Would that have been his energy if it would have been like they boyfriends with him? If it would have been like they husbands sitting with him, would that have been the energy he would have came with? It was a lot of little shit that...
Most likely not.
Fuck no.
Right. It was a lot of little shit that he did, like just a little unprofessional because he lost his cool and he became unprofessional in the establishment himself. That was my only opinion on that.
Did he apologize?
Fuck no.
I don't know. I don't
After
think
that?
so. I really don't think like that he really kind of like had to apologize. I think it was like a whole big misunderstanding. I think he could have handled it better.
That's all.
But we're
think he
human
coulda-
though. So as humans,
But see, that's a point. That's a great point you just
Yeah.
made because that's what I was going to say about this whole Tom Cruise thing. Bringing it back to Tom Cruise,
Right.
Like you just gotta. Because I know. Listen, I'm a supervisor and I supervise over like 20 people. Where like it can get difficult.
Absolutely.
When you telling people in repetition the same thing over and over again, and then you going in these meetings. And a lot of people is like really like just not getting it. And then you got, some people not getting it for various reasons. You may have some people that's just, their comprehension might not be at another level where another person's is and they not getting it like they don't mean anything by it. Then you got people that don't give a fuck. They're not even trying to get it. They just doing what the fuck they want to do. So in scenarios like that, like Tom Cruise, the thing that the reason why I say I kind of like felt Tom Cruise and I ain't mad at him because when you hear his argument and what he was saying, the reason why he was snapping, it was valid. He talking about lives being lost. He talking about jobs being lost. He talking about families is going homeless. And this is real shit that's going on in America. It might not be going on in your life with nobody that you know. Right. And you better pray tonight that you're blessed because I do. But people really losing their family out here.
Yeah, but
people
also in the like in his rant, I think just you can't forget his bottom line is he trying to get this movie done. Like all of those points are just adding on to what he needs to get done. Like in his head, we here for a job. We privileged to be working during this
it's
time.
definitely
Like,
a luxury.
But like, anybody play, football, big in football, that's like working with Tom Brady. Like you're with the person that's the guy that's super professional. They here to get it done. Will Smith might have handled it differently, but you let him where, everybody knows the rules and people breaking the rules and you stopping what's going on.
Yeah.
Especially
Will Smith would have definitely handled it different.
And he looking at it like Garnett said, this right here is a meal alone. This right here is 1 million meals alone. This Mission Impossible 7 is 1 million meals. For people that's gonna be fucking working everywhere, if we could get this shit to the box office, the stream, and get it to people. Like
that's a fact.
Just a lot.
Other things that was released this week. Eminem has a brand new album. Was it Music to Be Murdered too?
I think something like that. He got on like the gangsta hat,
but
right?
it's the B-sides to the first project that he came out with.
Which one was with the plane? Is that the last one with the jet?
No. It was the Music to Be Murdered by or something like that. That was the first joint that he came out with like earlier. And now this one is like a B-sides to it.
Facts. It's a B-side.
Yeah, the actual.
When did the A-side drop?
know.
Was it years ago?
No,
or was it
no. It wasn't years ago. It had to be earlier this year. Had to be. Music to Be Murdered by? Do you have that, Wally?
Yeah, but I don't know what the one prior to that was.
So All I know is in his new one just dropped. Eminem, for certain, has not missed a step. The nigga could rap
Facts.
like nobody. He could one thing he could do is fucking rap. Of course, he has his own style of music where he raps on all kind of weird shit
So
that people.
I got the date. So yeah, I guess the A side dropped. What is this? January 17th
Okay.
of this year.
Okay. So it's been almost a year. And on this project in particular, he definitely killed the project. He rapped over a lot of these the newer style trap beats and things of that nature. And he did it in an Eminem style. And the part that stuck out to people the most on there is he had an apology for Rihanna due to a record that, that was leaked earlier. And in the lyrics in that, he basically sided with Chris Brown in that that scenario that happened or whatever. But he scrapped that 10 years ago, but it was leaked. And he apologized to her on that, and that made news. And then also, he did Snoop, man.
Yeah, and a song called Zeus.
He did.
Can we really call it a diss?
I don't call it a diss. I call it a nigga defending himself, and he actually took the high road. I think he could have went harder on it.
Yeah, to me, it just felt like he expressed that he was a little hurt by it. He was a little taken back by it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the most that I heard said was that he said, what I looked at you was like, I thought you was a god. And he was like, but I just see I spelled dog backwards.
Yeah. Nah, and the way he went about it, he basically hit it with like a psych, like what I mean. But leading up to that, because of the words that Snoop said, I feel like Eminem was in the right. That's my opinion.
Let's let the people know what Snoop said.
So Snoop didn't include Eminem in his top 10. You could put whoever you want in your top 10. You'll never be wrong for that. That's your opinion.
Right.
But we do have to know when we come from a certain family tree, whatever the case may be. There's a certain respect if I'm in an interview and I'm talking about rappers and I'm talking about Porter Rich, if I'm talking about people in the fashion industry and I'm talking about Waleska D, if I'm talking about comedians and I'm talking about Garnett, I'm not going to be sitting there in an interview and when we talk about comedians and we talk about a top 10 or whatever it is, and then we say, and I just be like, Garnett Briscoe, I could live without that. But that's my man's, because that's what he said about Eminem's music.
And then he named a lot of different artists that he felt Eminem couldn't touch.
So he said, I'm just telling you, he called him the Great White Hope. He did call him that. So that probably had him like, all right. Then he said, and I'm just keeping it real when it comes to this hip hop shit, is certain people that he just can't fuck with. And of course, this is an opinion. So that man he can have his opinion. And he named KRS-One, Ice Cube, and I'm going to just tell you. LL Cool J. And I'm going to just tell you from
Rakim,
the people that he named, right? Besides, Rakim goes into the lyrical category. But if we talking about KRS-One and all of them and they lyricists and all that, to think that, in my opinion, to think that KRS-One actually raps better than Eminem, you're probably just biased as a motherfucker. Like, you're probably just biased. I mean, I'll just keep it 100.
Or racist.
That's why, listen, I didn't want to say it.
Say it. You gotta say it.
No.
You gotta say it, because a lot of people don't want to give Eminem really
credit.
no flowers for rapping because he white.
And I noticed that
you gotta say it.
This is the other thing. I noticed that it started to trend more later, because when Eminem was out, everybody was fucking with him. When Eminem first came out, I moved down south, and I was in South Carolina, and I remember him coming out, and I was just like, who the fuck is this dude? He's on TV wearing weird shit. I didn't get it, and he had the one to see 9-inch nails to reach bottom of my eyelids and all that. And I remember watching a video and being like, yo, he rhyming them
Slim
words
Shady
together like good as hell, but this song is trash. That's what I thought. Like, it do seem like he know how to rhyme though. And then he came out with a song called Role Model. And when he came out with that, I said, oh my God, this nigga is one of the best niggas I ever heard rap in my life. And I remember getting his project, being down south, and I remember people that I was around being like, you think that white boy could rap? That white boy cannot fucking rap. And I couldn't understand people saying he couldn't rap when I'm listening to him and I'm like, I never heard a nigga that could rap this well. Niggas was still rapping like kind of basic patterns in words, and he was
how.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do
One
that.
time.
All right. So listen, I'm not gonna imitate people. I'm gonna talk about the greatest niggas that was popping at the time, right? So if you got Jada Kiss or whatever like that, they was on the 3-syllable or 4-syllable, like run in the house, something, gun in your mouth, gun to your blouse. This nigga was talking about like hospital staff, chop them in half. You know what I mean? Like he would rhyme like 6 times before the sentence would even end.
Right.
And the comparisons and things he was coming out with was mind blowing. On the only person that was able to do this before him was Cannabis. It was a nigga named Cannabis that came out where people was like, yo, how the fuck can a nigga...
He said it was the nigga named Cannabis, like the nigga ain't around.
Right.
Niggas don't know Cannabis,
He's
bro.
still around, bro.
Bro, but people don't know him.
But why? But
That's
he's still
hilarious,
around.
bro.
I
though.
get it.
That's hilarious.
It wasn't about the people, it's about him, bro.
Okay, my bad.
You was like some nigga named Cannabis.
Yeah,
Like, he's still
like-
around.
So all right, so for people that don't know, back in the day when like 97, 98, when Beast from the East came out, it was like Cannabis was like unfuckwittable. And then Eminem came with these crazy comparisons and all of this type of shit. But to see him rap that well, and then I'd see people that was basically listening with their ears closed, and they was like, this motherfucker can't rap. It only led to one thing.
Right.
And that was that he was white.
Right.
He was white.
That's also, I know you spoke about it. Can't, like the hate kind of came later. Like the narrative, the way I'm looking at the narrative of hip hop completely changed that. Even like while Eminem like disappeared, because he disappeared for a minute, and you know, like during that time, you got Macklemore, you got other white rappers. It seems like it's an overflux, and now everybody thinks that white people are stealing our stuff again. Like,
What
that's
happened to
what it
Yellow
is.
Wolf? While we talking about white boy rappers, anybody know what happened to Yellow Wolf?
I don't know,
but he was
that's
good
a perfect
too.
example. Yeah, that's another perfect example. During that time, people looking at it was like, well, white people are starting to take our music. And now, when Eminem come back out, they already got a chip on their shoulder already.
Right. And Eminem was one of the people that constantly rapped about the fact that he knew that he was in a black art form or a minority art form. Because I want to be clear that it was Hispanics and black people that created hip hop in the Bronx together and shit like that.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? So when Eminem rapped, he always talked about this being a black art form and everything like that, and also how he was given certain looks and they was playing him on rock and roll stations that gave me rotation. You know what I mean? He talked about that type of shit. So Eminem never disrespected the culture while he was in it. He honestly held up the culture constantly. He came from the Raucous Records shit where he was rapping like super underground with all of them type of Mos Def type dudes.
Put a lot of people on too.
Listen,
Put a lot of people on it, and he's the reason a lot of people got jobs. And for real, it's a lot of colored people that work like for like Shade 4-5 is and I ain't taking away nothing from Snoop. I don't know what this whole situation is about. Snoop is a legend. Uncle Snoop is a fucking legend and an icon to me. Regardless. And I get it. He put his thing out there as far as his top 10, like Dev said. Anybody's entitled to have whoever the fuck they want in their top 10. Some niggas just only listen to like certain music. It might be conscious rappers. It might be gangster rappers.
Correct.
It might be whatever, lyrical rappers. But that's their thing. But now, did he go maybe a little extra when he started mentioning artists who he said specifically Eminem couldn't fuck with, when he said he could live without Eminem shit? I know for me as an artist, if I hear you say that, you could, first of all, I just feel like we men, right? We men. Let's be respectful. If you want respect from me, you got to give it to me. The minute you not giving it to me, we got an issue. It's like a small issue. I ain't saying we got drama, we got gunfire.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, me as an artist, if you're not going to talk about me nicely or nothing, I just feel like if you ain't got nothing kind to say about me, like, probably don't say nothing at all. And you can it's hard to say. It's hard to say that because people gonna have their opinions about your music when you put yourself out there as an artist and you do shit like music, you do shit like
But this is
acting.
different. These are people that personally know each other and
Right.
are from the same family. They're both artists discovered by Dr. Dre. It's literally the Dr. Dre family tree. So
Nah, real
that's
shit.
what makes it where it's like, why did you do that, bro? Like, because I don't want to put Uncle Snoop in a category that makes it like where he can't do wrong. I have to still give my opinion on something that I see as like, look, you are Uncle Snoop. Don't get it twisted. But come on, man. If that was vice versa and Eminem said that shit,
Right.
It would have still been looked at as disrespectful if M did it.
Nah, but it also pulled back the curtains for a lot of people too. Like no matter how good that shit may look on TV, everybody came from one camp. Clearly, everybody ain't that cool.
Well, that's what it looked like.
But he didn't even have to say anything about Eminem. If those were your top 10 or whatever, you could have just kept your opinion to yourself.
Also, I just want to put this in there because Rich has said lyrical, right? Like when you start talking about people being lyrical MCs, right? And I'm talking about lyrical. How many rappers, who are the people that made it to the pinnacle of rap that was all about like rapping? Like not streets,
Not a lot.
Not the streets.
Not a lot.
Not none of that.
It's hard.
So who was it? Like if you think about it, if we're talking about people that rap,
really like let me hold up because I don't want to miss nobody.
Yeah.
In the last, people who are like lyrical guys and they still been able to create great songs along with their lyricism, along with great lyricism, I would have to definitely say Eminem.
Chingy.
I would definitely have to say J. Cole.
Chingy.
I would throw J. Cole. I'm not going to throw Chingy in there.
Thank you.
Not right now.
We're not going to disrespect Chingy.
We're not doing that right there. But
See, look.
Yo, he's a genius.
No,
That's a bar. Right there.
Puerto Rich.
we're not gonna do that. Shout to Chingy though. He followed me a couple months back. Shout to Chingy.
I fuck with Chingy. Clearly, y'all don't.
But listen, Eminem, J. Cole. But and no disrespect to J. Cole. Love J. Cole. Love J. Cole music. But I'm gonna just name one other one that I would say the person who I feel is like, if you gonna compare, because I think it's like, see, again, let me, hold on. Because when we talking music, people be comparing the wrong shit.
Yes.
You can't compare apples to potatoes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when we talking like lyrical, why would y'all even ever compare? This is me.
Eminem and Drake music not the same.
I would never
Hell
compare.
no.
I would never
Terrible
compare.
matchup for both
I
parties.
would never compare Eminem and Snoop.
Right.
I would never compare them.
Right.
Snoop is Uncle Snoop. That's swag. That's gangster.
Swag.
That's swag.
Would you consider it
Charisma.
lyrics? Would you consider it lyricist?
Yes.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yes.
Somewhat, yes. Somewhat. It's lyrics in there, but it's not as lyrical as them lyricists we know.
Okay, so
And
so I
the
stay
top
on point.
lyricist-
For shizzle my nizzle
Give me a lyric.
In
Give me
the
a Snoop
club.
Dogg lyric, a bar that's just like woo.
with the
1,
big Snoop Dizzle.
2, 3 into the folks.
No. We ain't gonna. No.
I'm just trying to
It's been
figure
a minute. It's been a minute since I've been in my like doggy style bag,
Snoop got
or like
bars,
no, for real. Like, because I listen to Snoop, but when you go back, let's recite maybe his shit from like the original Deep Cover joint, shit
Deep
like
Cover
that.
was different.
Where I'm not talking about nothing where he doing like his little melodies, his little to the owl and all. We ain't talking about nothing. I'm talking about when he rapping.
But Puerto Rich, the
When
question he's asking you though,
Yeah,
is
have
not,
I
it's
ever
not,
heard lyrics
it's
from
about
Snoop?
this one person. Like Eminem, his whole career, he had a couple like, radio, whatever, but his whole career was all about lyricism.
And in those
Absolutely.
radio songs, he literally tried to make the craziest double entendres. Like it's like the
Right.
whole time, the main thing he cares about is I just want to rap well and have crazy bars and figure out a way to deliver it, whether it got to come through Lose Yourself, you know what I'm saying? And make an anthem like that or one of these silly first singles. He always figured out a way to do that. And I feel like now people try to take away how big and the stamp that he made on rap. I remember when he was our white boy. Like that's how people felt. Like, nah, that one right there, I don't know about these other niggas, but that white boy right there, he with us. And I feel like people over the years have forgotten that for no real reason and kind of start trying to push him. And a lot of his music is about that. It feels like they tried to push him on a boat back out into the ocean. Like, you was never with us. You wasn't on top, giving us complete bangers. You was looked at as one of us. You put on every nigga in your group was black. All them dudes, everybody was black. You feel what I'm saying? Then you put on the whole G unit. You gave us 50 Cent.
Got a whole radio network with a whole bunch of colored people up there.
This guy right here, man, has unwaveringly been with the culture. He's 100% not a vulture. And I just think that people should give him his, you know what I mean? God forbid you look up and that man's going tomorrow. Next thing you know, people like,
everybody
damn.
regret it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I just feel like if you gonna compare Eminem to rappers, niggas need to know what they doing. You need to say Black Thought. You need to say Kendrick
Facts.
Lamar.
Yes.
You need to know what you're doing. If you're gonna compare Snoop to a rapper, you need to know what you're doing. There's other swaggy guys, say Snoop and maybe French Montana. We compare or whoever.
I feel that.
You understand what I'm saying? It's just swag. It's just different styles of this shit.
And then you got that middle ground too, where like I said, like when he named like a Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? Like Ice Cube was, you know, today was a good day and broke it down and everything. And then he had Jones where he was coming at you, but to just say outright like Eminem can't fuck with him, cuz in the way it was said is like, dog, there's not many people Eminem for real, Eminem could fuck with anybody.
Think about it. Those verses, if they did verses, those verses wouldn't even make no sense.
Right.
Eminem verses with Snoop, that don't sound right to me. This is my opinions.
Right.
To me, I want to see Snoop as a legend. I want to see Snoop go up against another swaggy gangster legend. Snoop and Fat Joe, maybe. They both had records
he
like,
did
you know what I mean?
DMX, right?
And
Well, the only
Wasn't
reason
he
why
DMX?
he
He
did
did
DMX because the only other person DMX could not battle, but have a versus with will be Jay-Z, and that wasn't happening. So
I get that.
well, listen, that was a good one though. That was still good. It was still cool. It was a great. It worked. You know
who
what
would you want to see Fat Joe with? Just curious.
I love Fat Joe. Fat Joe got a mean catalog on the low. Like
So
Fat
who
Joe
would
got.
you have him next to?
I would want to see Fat Joe because he got some street records too. He got some hard shit. He got shit like Lean Back. He got the old shit like lifestyle shit. Never
That's
seen
my
a brick.
shit.
Never seen a
Seen
crack
Cra-
house.
Y'all wanna
he got
live
features
my
for days.
lifestyle.
Dude.
That whole Miami,
John Blaze,
Terror Squad, Khaled thing was crazy.
John Blaze, crazy shit.
Who would be dope for Fat Joe?
Maybe somebody like maybe 50 Cent.
I was thinking maybe like a Ja Rule.
I actually would like to see him. I wouldn't want to see him and Ja Rule, but I would like to see him and 50 is actually better than I think that people really would.
I don't think it would be
crazy.
Yeah.
But I think it'd
Fat
be
Joe
a nice.
Fat Joe gonna play deep cover with him and Pun.
He got joints,
But
man.
50 got a whole bunch of shit. Cause niggas sleep on 50 in the
No, they
motherfucking
did.
in the
50
verses. Cause not only do 50 got big monumental records from just like really like one project that's damn near a project full of hits.
Yeah.
You can
Talking
listen to
about
the whole
Get
album.
Rich or
Flawless.
Die Trying, a flawless
Yeah.
project full of
Sound
hits.
of the 50
That's why
Cent piece is a hit.
Right. That's why the shit went diamond.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But don't sleep on shit like
Window shopper.
and I'm really more thinking about like the mixtape shit when he was saying shit like what's the other shit? All that mixtape shit, man. Damn, I can't.
What you talking about? Like, I don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah,
fuck you,
all-
niggas is this and that. I'm just the best. All them joints.
all that shit, man. That fuck the police. What was the joint? NYPD, LAPD.
Yeah.
Like all that mixtape 50 shit is hard, bro. Even they G Unit mixtape.
Well, I heard the game
is crazy.
said that he wouldn't want to do a versus unless he could do it against 50. And I think that would be a super interesting battle because the first thing I would do is if I was 50 and I had to go first, I would just play game songs. They mine. I got
think
verses
it'd
on
be-
that shit. It would be the
I think
Lamborghini doors on the Escalade.
I think it'd be good, but honestly, and it might be because I'm biased, because I'm like East Coast, I'm up north, and I love the West. I love certain West Coast vibes. But I think 50 would edge it out on him. I think Game got a dope catalog, but I don't think it's as heavy as 50 shit.
Game got incredible albums, but they kind of go under the
Under the
radar.
radar.
and
Yeah,
everything like
absolutely.
that. But yeah, Eminem, you know, has some words to say to Snoop, and I think that it was valid. And let's show love to Eminem, man, and let's remember
shout out
who
to
that
him.
let's remember who that guy is, man.
Give him his flowers right now.
Come on, man. We got to. We can't be like that, people. We can't be like that. What else?
Uncle Snoop gonna come back with some smooth shit, man. Uncle Snoop is a legend, man, and he's a class act. I feel, and I don't think this is. I don't think people going like this is going nowhere where people like to see shit go. You know how?
No. It ain't nothing like it. It's definitely nothing like that.
This was like super respectful. Like,
yeah, he even said in there he was trying to be diplomatic, but at the same time, as a man, he has to say he can't just be like bowing down to motherfuckers. It's like you said your piece on it.
Let me say mine.
Let me say my piece. So Eminem released that album. Another thing that was released, or not thing, but someone was released.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Roddy Rebel. You know what I'm saying?
Heavy. Well, I like it. I know it's street shit. I know it's like, just whatever, but you gotta like just salute the guys that take accountability for their actions, man. The streets, again, it's hard for us to like, when we talk about the streets and shit, because I never want to sit here and glorify nothing that's a dangerous lifestyle, that's something they could really like, because I've been in the streets. I've been in prison, I've been in jail, I grew up in jail, I've been shot, the whole shit. So, and I know, like, that's why, like, when we talk about shit like this, even Dev get in the bag, he get in, because I know he don't, he just not promoting no bullshit.
I don't fuck with it.
No, I get it. But at the same time, I just feel like for the street guys that do sign up for it and know what it come with, and, you stand up on it and you do your time and shit like that, I salute it. That's the way it's supposed to get done. If you in the streets and you know that if you get locked up, if you out there, you live in a certain lifestyle, you're beefing with niggas, you're warring with niggas, you're making moves, you're selling shit, whatever the case may be, and a day come where you got to dance to that song, and you do it. It's a stand up thing. Not
and
only
when
that,
you're done.
But the whole situation was pretty stand up. Just that, Bobby took more time, so his partner would get less time.
Right. And now that he got less time and he's out, he won't hear this because he's like, who the fuck is Devinwade? But what I will say is, for people that are in this situation,
you can't say that. You can't sleep on our power.
I get it, but I'm really concerned about the people that are our listeners. If you are in that same situation and you come home, just watch the energy you come home with. Don't come home feeling like you forgot that you was just locked in a cage.
Oh, that's
and
real.
Now you about to ready to just wild out and you back on street time and we about to, because you will be right back in that motherfucking place that you was in for a way longer time than you was in there the first time. Do not make the mistake. Make greatness out of your situation.
Yo, that's crazy.
Absolutely.
That's crazy that my man Devinwade just said that, though, because that's really like the key ingredient that they tell you, that some people that got love for you, if you ever run into some good people in jail, they tell you that. They say, yo, don't forget like how you felt while you was here and everything you said while you was here. Because in jail, and this is not for everybody, you might got some motherfuckers who have chosen and have made up their mind to thug it out for the rest of their life, and they take everything to come with it. And believe me, these guys exist. I know people that go in jail and they do it standing up on their head. They love it. They don't care. They don't got kids. It's just their life be set up different. You know what I'm saying? But what Dev said is an important factor for people that's coming home from these like situations, and you try and like, just switch it up, keep it on a straight note and take care of your family, get some paper and be successful out here. The key ingredient for me has been remembering those moments when I used to want to call home, remembering those moments when I used to want to have a good meal, and I couldn't. It wasn't no way I could. I was powerless to it. Remembering those moments when I wanted to hug my son, when I wanted to go out and play with my son, those winters when it was snowing like it is now, and I couldn't even go outside and have a snowball fight with my son, shit like that. Like, those are the thoughts that I do always kind of like remind myself when I'm in a situation where I'm going through a hard time. I'm probably like getting wild thoughts in my head about a move, call the old plug, whatever the case may be. I remind myself of the bullshit that I went through in those uncomfortable situations.
Right, because what you don't want is to be locked in a cell and the only sound that you hear in the next room is men moaning. Because right now,
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse.
There's definitely
Clubhouse.
a room.
Listen, Follow, make sure, listen, we want everybody who listens to the Devinwade Show, we never asked y'all for nothing, right? We ain't asked y'all for too much since the beginning, right?
We still don't.
We still
but
don't.
Subscribe and
we
like.
still don't.
Yes.
And the one thing we want to ask y'all right now, right? Because we got a little plan. One thing we want to ask y'all right now is we want all of our listeners to go download the Clubhouse app. Download the Clubhouse app and follow everybody on the Devinwade Show.
But
follow
you know
Garnett
they gotta
Briscoe.
get invited in.
Well, we're gonna invite you.
You have to have an iPhone.
Listen.
You have to have an iPhone, though. I'm not even being that guy. It says
You
it
do?
on the app. Yeah, you can only
shit.
do it because I tried to send it to an Android user today.
And they said-
Block my shot.
Well,
Get outta
listen,
here.
shit.
Android.
And I had to break the news to him. He was heartbroken.
Androids, be patient. They're very in the early stages. They are in the early stages. It is like a new thing. They haven't really opened up to the
They
public
just don't
yet.
fuck with y'all. That's not even.
That's how it really That's how it really
They
be
don't
seeming
fuck
though
with
when you got to get in on invites. But listen, download the app if you have the iPhone. See what's up. We're gonna try to start inviting our people in because we got some plans for Clubhouse. But back to what the fuck is going on there now.
Yeah.
I seen mad people saying it was some men heavily moaning,
Moan
Now,
thugs
being
harmony.
paid
Now-
to moan.
So no.
Hold on, now, let's rewind though a little bit.
Ramon.
If you listen to the Devinwade Show, you know there was nobody moaning
Nah, facts.
on podcast
Right.
until our very own that's not with us today. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she's jet setting again. She's
Right.
she's on a plane again.
Right.
Our own
Island hopping.
Mona Love, you know, Moni in the middle. You know what I mean? Mona Scott Young,
Yeah.
Chelsea Lee had them have the moans on fire,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm watching these little trends of moans, man.
Nobody
Yeah,
was
yeah,
moaning
yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
nobody-
before,
nobody
And the
was-
crazy thing is like they're offering money, but what really trended the whole scenario was because Lakeith Stanfield, the guy that was on the movie Us, no, Get Out.
Get
he
Out,
was in Get
yeah.
Out.
Actor, yeah.
He
Get
was
Out.
in
Hold on, the main character?
no, remember
No.
the black
No.
guy that got kidnapped the first time in the beginning of Get Out.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he kind of not light skinned, but he like my complexion.
Yeah, tall.
Yeah. I know
So-
you talking
Played
about.
in Atlanta.
He kind of looked like you with some hair because he got like light eyes too.
He kind of he's the one that plays Snoop Dogg in who he plays Snoop Dogg in what's the movie
What?
called?
I thought he was in a movie where people where you call with your white voice. Is that him?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
Yeah.
all right, cool.
But
So
he actually plays Snoop Dogg in what's the movie with they were playing
The NWA.
something
That
Compton.
oh, for real?
Yeah,
for real?
he
Straight out
plays
Compton?
Snoop, yeah,
Outta
he
Compton.
plays Snoop Dogg.
I didn't even notice that. But
Or am
what
I
did he
making
do?
that up?
He was
You
moaning.
might be making that one up. I don't know
No,
about
but I
that.
know he
don't
plays
know.
Snoop Dogg or he plays
I want
somebody.
to look this up. I hope Wally wrong, just so our comments
Anyway,
got
shut
tackled.
up.
They'll be like, Wally don't know
Anyway.
what the fuck she talking about.
So he went and participated in this little fun moaning chat with the men moaning.
Wow.
So basically it was like a contest what male had the best moan, and they were offering $300. But
That rumor is
it's
filthy.
unclear if he like ended up winning, but he definitely like
That
shook
nigga
up the
was
internet
Snoop
with that
Dogg.
shit. I told y'all.
Snoop
See,
Dogg, that's
I know
cool.
what they be doing.
Shout out to Wally. Let's give a round of applause
Thank
to
you,
Wally.
thank
know what I'm
you,
saying? She's
people.
correct. You know
I'm
what I
like, yo, I know I seen him somewhere else.
Wally
like,
D for dog.
Right.
Nah,
Wow.
but no bullshit. I woke up that morning and it was just heavy people like on Clubhouse talking about guys moaning. And like Dev Wade said, like it was just funny to me because first of all, we definitely don't promote guys moaning.
We try to get you. Yeah, we try to
started-
get you moaning, but
and
you
you
ain't want to
didn't.
fuck. You ain't want to fuck with that.
And you didn't. I told you that we don't do moans. I told you if anything.
What do y'all
we-
do? Grunts?
No, we do a.
That's a grunt.
Now
Like,
that-
it's different.
Yeah.
It's just different.
So now that's
Yeah.
That's the Puerto Rich official moan. That's his version of it.
Now-
It's different, man.
Now, do we know how these moans sound? Because I didn't
didn't
go and
go
click that
in.
link.
I didn't know. I didn't go take a listen to no
because they
motherfucker.
might
I'ma go
sound
in.
like that, yo.
Because well, first of all, I just don't think we should address it as moaning. We don't moan.
What do y'all
I don't
do?
know. I don't see us moaning.
We don't know what some men that have different activities do. They might moan.
Listen, me personally, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't moan. I don't like that shit could be great. I'm not gonna be there like all this weird shit. Like We don't moan,
Like
man.
Garnett, what Garnett
I've
be doing,
never done
like
it.
Garnett be doing the porno sounds and shit.
Like I said, now that would have been different. That'd have been
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
All right, that's
now,
enough.
See, that's what I'm
Hey, hold
saying.
on, why your eyebrows go up like
Now
that?
see, that's what I'm saying. You got niggas in there moaning like that. Now that's my brother. He's a comedian.
Yeah.
He's allowed to do what the
But
fuck
we
he
don't
wants
know
because
what
he's a
it sounds
comedian.
like. We
He
don't know
get
what
the
it sounds
pass.
like yet.
Listen, bottom
Just-
line.
I'm gonna go
Still.
check it out. If there's another room out
me.
there, I'm gonna go on Clubhouse,
You shut up,
and then I'm
Garnett.
gonna let y'all know on the review.
Oh my god.
Listen, man.
yeah.
Men. Listen. From now on, we grunt. We don't moan. We grunt.
So we should have a grunting.
It's a port effect.
Room.
We grunt.
Yeah.
No, there's still not gonna be a grunt room.
Why?
No, niggas not going
Look,
in the grunt room.
motherfuckers out here getting
I think she
paid.
like
you
that.
can,
just
you can
sound
win.
dirty.
I think she got a kick out of it when I was sitting here fucking
listen.
around like.
Wally would definitely.
Wally is filthy.
Wally
I'm gonna
would
host
de-
the grunt
Yo,
room.
no, she would definitely host the grunt room.
I'm
That's a
like, that
fact.
doesn't sound. Next.
Freak Eska.
She would definitely do that.
Yeah, but nah, I don't know what was going on, but on Clubhouse with the whole moaning
But we
shit.
talked about this like last week. You brought this up. We brought this up already, and we brought it up to Chelsea. And we was
Yeah,
telling, we
but
were
that's
saying
because
They
we're
raised the number though. It went from $100 to $300.
$300. But then once he got on there and started moaning, then it just really became a
That's
thing.
actually hilarious.
Yo,
It
you
is.
you really gotta be listen.
Why did he do that?
Yo, you really gotta be careful on like Clubhouse because all the conversation. Let me tell you something. If you're new to Clubhouse, and this is just my opinion, I'm new to Clubhouse, right? So I don't really know
Me
shit.
too.
I don't want to sit here and sound like a fucking the Clubhouse fucking president.
The guru.
But no, I'm really not.
President
But-
Porter.
But I do feel like, please, my guys, please. This is Porter talking to you. Don't be fucking retarded, my guys.
My
Like,
guys.
they already gave y'all apps where you had to type. And you niggas was able to type and incriminate yourselves every fucking day. Every fucking day with your statuses, your stinking status, all this dumb shit, your dumb DMs, like all this goofy shit. And now they giving y'all an app where you can actually talk.
Get it out faster.
You can conversate.
Yeah.
And the first thing we talking about on here, don't get me wrong.
It's like, yo, what you doing on here, bro? Nothing, just bagging
Moaning.
these bricks.
yeah, it's already rooms on there talking about the runts room. And don't get me wrong. I know, listen, they legalizing weed all over. I get it. Like, listen, man, please be fucking smart. Please don't fucking be retarded. Please, we don't own these apps. We don't own these apps. If I was still a drug dealer, which I'm not, if I was, I would never be fucking talking about selling drugs on these apps. I would never be talking about no incriminating shit on these apps, man. So now they gave us an app where you can actually talk. And I just want to tell the people,
And you have no clue yet because it's still in like the beta stages. You have no clue where it's going
you have no clue who's listening.
at all.
It's 1,000 people. It's only 20 on the stage. That means you got 980 just listening.
Yeah.
It could be the whole fucking police force. Like, please. Like, let's start fucking thinking moving into this new year.
Unless you out here just
2021.
unless you out here just wildly killing people, tell on yourself. Dev said that. Tell on yourself, dummy,
Listen,
and get the fuck off the streets before a regular nigga have to kill you.
I had a nigga inbox me the other day, right? This how crazy Clubhouse is. I had a nigga inbox me the other day and say, yo, you was in the room talking shit with Joe Buttons and them rich, huh? And I said, what? I forgot that when I first signed up for Clubhouse, I actually was in the room with Joe Buttons and them, and we was kicking it. And they was like, I was like, nah, you got the wrong person. He was like, Rich, I know your fucking voice, bro. The nigga sent me the link, time stamped. He said, go to such and such on YouTube. I go to YouTube, it's a motherfucking video of the whole conversation we had on Clubhouse
Niggas
that
just
day.
recording the Clubhouse.
And it definitely was motherfucking Puerto Rich. It was some shit about us, like, did we like aggressive women? And Joe Button was in there talking. I was in there talking with a bunch of other broads and a couple other gentlemen. And I just was like, wow, like this shit all the way on YouTube. Like already light shit, goofy shit. So you know if you on there talking heavy and you on there talking about some old other shit that they could like start some drama with, or it could bring some drama to yourself, it's 9 times out of 10 gonna bring it.
Don't do it, or do
Don't
it.
be creeping
or
either.
do it and get yourself the fuck out of here the way that we about to get the fuck up out of here after we talk about somebody else that is most likely going to get the fuck up out of here, and that's Jake Paul. Jake Paul, yo, he wants smoke with everybody. He wants to fight everybody. He did what he did to Big Nate. Disappointed Garnett Briscoe tremendously when he knocked out Nate, and now he wants to fight He wants to fight Conor McGregor. And he offered Conor McGregor $50 million to fight him. This man, one, is trying to get his bag because definitely people going to watch it. But now, what I want to make sure of is that sometimes people say stuff like, this dude's a fucking YouTuber. People are not one thing. So I want to be clear on that. Just because you know a person from YouTube don't mean that they don't fight in their spare time or do anything else in their like, you don't know what the fuck people do. You could say Joe Rogan is a fucking commentator or a comedian, and that motherfucker is a well-trained, super strong martial artist. Well-trained. So Jake Paul wants to fight everybody, and the owner of the UFC, Dana White, is, I guess, starting to not fuck with it. He is bothering him.
Well,
and he said, because, you know, he wants to fight some of these fighters. And some of these fighters want a piece of Jake.
Who wants to fight some of these fighters?
Jake Paul wants to fight some of the UFC. Like, he wants
some of his people.
He's jumping the ladder in a sense.
Rather
you didn't
than,
fight your way up. You just said, well, I'm famous and I got the eyes on me. I want to fight the greatest fighters in the world without fighting your way up through the ranks of everyone else. You didn't have to. You're like his brother's jumping right to Mayweather without having to fight, let's say, a Bud Crawford or Errol Spence Jr. or Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're jumping right to that.
What's the brother name? Just to throw it out there.
That is which the other Paul brother, Logan Paul
versus Mayweather. And when? When is this?
I don't even know when their fight is. I know
Coming
that
up.
their
New
joint
Year.
is signed.
New Year.
I know their joint is signed
Somewhere in the New Year.
But Jake Paul, they're talking. They said that they'll put Amanda Nunes on him if they can.
Really?
It's in February.
That would be crazy.
What if he knocks her out?
I mean,
who's? I just want to ask.
This is why he can't win.
I just want to ask whose hands is that blood on?
That's
everybody.
Yeah, it's on everybody's, bro. It's real talk. So if they,
I just want to ask that question.
No, that's real because Amanda.
Because I seen him in his training, and I told you when he was training for Nate Robinson. I don't know if people watch his training, but he hits pretty hard.
We gotta understand. This man is over 6 feet. I would assume, right? This motherfucker's big. This is a woman at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, elite fight and all that. He probably would knock her the fuck out. Like, that's people don't want to believe that, but most likely that's how that situation would go. But that just goes to show how much respect people have for this guy. You know what I mean? By saying that. And because he fought, people, I guess, feel like he knocked out a dude that obviously didn't know how to fight, and that he's running around as if he fought somebody. Right. It's just like, so people are looking at it like, hold on, won't you just fight a regular ranked boxer in your weight class? Huh? I said he jumping right to the ticket because he's not trying to jump in there, and he's not asking to fight like Andre Ward or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's more.
He obviously doing it for the paper. We
That's
talking
what I
about.
was about to say,
We're talking about somebody who made a living off of views, off of an internet lifestyle, views, YouTube, things of that nature. So he knows his shit. He knows his business. He knows he's doing things for views.
Right. And if you fight against those people and you don't win, you'll never get the Conor. You gotta get the Conor one now. He has to jump the line, or else the only other thing he has to do is he would have to fight. He would basically become a real boxer that was like fighting up the ranks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And by picking a Conor McGregor in a boxing match is because he thinks that Conor McGregor is weaker in boxing than obviously in mixed martial arts. Because if they go in a cage, he's dead.
Who?
Paul, any of them. You're
Got it.
not going against an elite mixed martial artist, and not like he's gonna beat you any way he wants to. Actually, you know what I'm saying? If it's just like, I'll beat you with a kick, I'll beat you with a choke, he'll lose
Because you could do that type of stuff in that type of fight.
Right? It's just too
What
much
if
to
Jake
watch
Paul
out.
grapples?
Even if he did grapple, we're still talking about the greatest people at that's dedicated their whole life to. Their life is nothing but that. So there is nothing in between. He's not doing anything else. It's like, bro, 6 hours a day. This is what I do to be the most elite in the world. There's other people that could whoop people's asses on the street. They're fucking great. but the UFC is literally the top tier. There's other fighting organizations. If you watch them, you think these motherfuckers is ninjas, but they're not in the UFC for a reason, because even that jump, UFC is literally cherry picking the best people, in that league. So
I be thinking you a ninja.
yeah, I'm not.
I never see you leave here.
I'm in the cave. I'm in the cave.
You be outside fighting crime, jumping out of trees and shit, choking people.
Did y'all ever see the real life superhero movie that was on HBO? The documentary?
What's it called?
Superheroes, I believe.
It was on HBO?
Yeah, it's kind of old. It came out in 2011.
It's old as shit.
That movie is hilarious. Well, that documentary. So it's basically it's dudes that live in New York City. So they in New York, and they really dress up at night.
Niggas really fight
costumes.
crime.
Yup, all that shit.
They're real
they
vigilantes.
You think they'll take Dev? Like
They fuck Dev up
No.
together.
So
together,
listen, I'm gonna tell you, the people that was in this documentary,
Dev.
Dojo Dev?
listen, the
Kill him.
people in this documentary don't stand a chance.
Dev would never be able to control a park. They was over there controlling parks.
They was running down on people in the park.
Dev not doing that.
They
Bro.
really
down
like
on the
they really had like superhero suits on.
Yeah, they made them shits from scratch.
I gotta go watch that tonight.
Yo, they got mental problems.
If you really want to laugh,
I want to laugh.
because it's unbelievable.
No, it's literally a thing
unbelievable.
where like somebody came across this and found out people was really doing this shit, like really in the park, walking down on drug dealers, all types of shit like that. Like niggas was really about this shit.
No, they wasn't.
No, niggas is really about it.
Yeah,
Niggas
that's
is-
wild.
Niggas is 100% about it. Like 100%.
What are you doing if you see one of these real life superheroes?
Niggas really
Come on,
suppressing.
Thurman Street.
They right on Thurman. You
And
was
they
out
really
there pumping.
and they really whip out the strap.
And they really coming out there on some shit like they got superhero outfits on swords, whatever they weapon of choice
I
is.
was gonna say.
I know when we was in the streets, they better really have some motherfucking weapons because it's
They
going
don't.
down.
All they got is good faith. They really out here being Batman.
Oh no,
They don't use nothing to kill
when
you.
we was in the
Nothing
streets,
to
we was
kill you.
busting their ass. You would have seen them capes flying in the air. You would have seen them capes flickering. Them niggas would have been getting hit. Bop, 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 bop.
Yeah, they was out. They was really out there like that in New
Can't
York
shoot
City.
the superheroes, man.
Yeah, listen, somebody. Yo, the thing is, they really was going in on making their suits. Like they really was serious about this shit. And know what's crazy about that is one of my homies when I in high school when we was graduating, right?
He wanted to be a superhero.
He wanted to basically. You ever seen The Punisher? You know what The Punisher is?
Yeah,
He's
The
a
movie The
vigilante.
Punisher? Okay,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But he was on some shit. Like we was at the crib one day, and he was just like, "Man, like look how motherfuckers is in the city. Niggas is on some bullshit. Like we need to get rid of these niggas." Dev, like he basically claimed to me like you one of the only niggas that
He was trying to recruit
Yeah,
you.
he was like, you one of the only niggas. Like, we need to look at motherfuckers. They out here shooting people, robbing niggas, doing this and doing that. Man, we need to kill these niggas. Like, we need to get these niggas up out of here, right? So he was really on some vigilante shit where he was really wanted us to start running down on blocks and getting
That's a wild
and getting
scenario.
niggas out of here. You know what I'm saying? To where niggas would be like, yo, it ain't even safe to sell drugs. Niggas.
Why did he feel the need to recruit you though?
Because he figured I was the one nigga that would be with it. You know what I'm saying? So the nigga was
Could
like,
you imagine Dev?
yo, so he was like, nigga, I'm saying we just get niggas out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas is out here doing this bullshit. We about to just run up on blocks and just start airing niggas. Niggas will start getting the message like niggas is gonna be scared to come outside because we not robbing them or nothing. We just gonna start rocking niggas. And so we get into a heated argument. We get into a heated argument. It's me, him. I don't even want to say his name, but it's me, him, and my other man. And we in there arguing, and he mad as shit at us. Like he mad as shit. I was like, the fuck, y'all don't care about the city? Like niggas is out here on some bullshit.
What was his character name? Did he have a name?
No, he didn't want to be no character.
He wanted to be himself.
He wanted to be him. That's how that nigga was. He just was a fighting.
Oh, he wasn't trying to get a suit or nothing. A uniform.
No. We was gonna be out there just playing.
Oh, he wanted to go raw.
Fatigues, like army shit, just playing fatigues.
Oh, he just wanted to be like a vigilante.
all black. Yeah, look like niggas that rob and just start rocking.
a
niggas
guardian,
and
a
getting niggas
guardian angel, even.
big, but killing people. So
That's wild.
So we get into an argument in the crib because I'm like, nah, bro, like we not doing that. You gotta come up with something better than that. That
reminds me of like a Charles Bronson movie.
Yeah, he was on some
Charles
shit.
Bronson did shit like that in all his movies.
Yeah, he was
like
really on it, and he got so mad about it, like in this argument, because it was like he was trying to explain, like, yo, motherfuckers just don't give a fuck. Like, so
what's his name?
Hold on. Do you want to know why I'm laughing so hard? It's because I'm envisioning this nigga with the two guns, like, glowing, like the last, remember the story?
Yeah.
I'm envisioning just
the crazy part is we was inside of the house that story with the guns gleaming took place around there. You know what I'm saying? Because so basically some shit had happened where he got into, niggas was trying to fuck with him, and he was a Puerto Rican boy that really knew how to fight, and he got into a fight with this nigga who people knew around the way was just a wild nigga, and this nigga had like killed his dog and was riding around with a dead dog in his car and all types of nut shit like that. You know what I mean? And so one day they get into a fight outside the crib or whatever like that, and he beat the bull ass like that. Everybody was like shook of or whatever like that.
Right.
And then after that, he wouldn't come out the house because it was just niggas riding through the neighborhood. Yeah, it was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga.
Beat the wrong nigga up.
Man, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He beat his ass. So then he just got on some like, man, fuck these niggas, man. We need to just start. Let's just kill everybody.
Oh, wow.
Right? So the nigga got so mad in that argument. The next day, the nigga signed up for the army. Straight infantry. No, he don't want to be nothing else. All killing.
No.
And sure enough, went off to the military to get busy. But that's how he joined the army. Was after the frustration of that, it was just like, man, fuck y'all niggas. And nigga went right to the recruiter.
That's wild.
That nigga went from wanting to be Superman to G.I. Joe.
Yeah, went out there.
Listen, that's, man, Camden, y'all had somebody that was gonna save y'all. He had a plan in place.
No, he
Dad
wasn't.
just didn't want to partake. That's
Exactly.
fucked up.
I was
the
like,
whole
bro,
thing.
I said that's way too vague. Like, we just running and rocking a nigga that's just selling some crack. Like
But Dad thought about it. He thought about it.
no, I did. If it was more organized, that who was doing?
You was been supposed to save Camden, man.
See, you said you wear East Camden on your back. What happened?
Nah, I wasn't doing that. I'm not just killing niggas that's hustling. But yeah, that's been the Devinwade Show. Garnett Briscoe will continue to glow with the Sin Santana glow.
That's a fact. I pray for times like this. You understand?
He got to interview her
Heavy.
once again on the Mina Say What podcast. Mina's house is what it's called.
Mina's
I'm not
House
invited to that
podcast.
house because she don't fuck with me.
Stop
But
saying that, man.
I mean, she doesn't.
Yeah,
she doesn't fuck with me.
We're gonna talk about this another time.
Porter coming over, man.
We're gonna talk about all this shit another time.
She don't fuck with me. It's cool though. I still support the podcast. And for Porter Rich and for Waleska D,
Peace, people.
this has been the Devinwade Show, y'all. Peace.
Deuces.
It's that brand new pack. RSVP shit.
Suave on the beat.
I just bought can't be swerved. Ayo, be good. I just bought a brand new mink, match my brand new Jeep. Tell me who got the keys, My young shooter nigga got a brand new stain, brand new Mustang. Audemars, please match my chain. RSVP, yeah, that's my gang. VVS dreams, just to show that we made it, yeah. Brand new bitch, same color as a watch, brand new whip. Same color as the Glock, brand new shit. Like gun, that shit is hot, brand new lick. Might run up in your spot, I'm from east side. I'ma put it on my back. Use a rat-tat-tat-tat. Yeah, that is a fact. Get your ass clap. Brand new bitch, same color as a watch, brand new whip. Same color as a Glock, brand new shit. Like gun, that shit is hot, brand new lick. Might run up in your spot, I'm from east side. I'ma put it on my back.